Heard someone tell you to drop your bike if you're about to crash? Or swear that roaring exhaust will save your life? Sounds clever until you realize these so-called rules are just myths, the kind that can actually put you in danger. Here are 20 common motorcycle myths people need to stop believing right now. Myth 20: dropping the bike helps you crash more safely. Some riders insist that in an emergency, you should intentionally drop your motorcycle and let it slide. The idea is that hitting the ground and sliding spreads the impact over your body, supposedly preventing worse injuries. But that tactic is a recipe for losing control entirely. Once you're on the ground, there's no steering, no braking, no maneuvering. You're basically just sliding helplessly like a human puck on asphalt. Modern motorcycles are designed with features like ABS, advanced traction control, and better balance that help you stop hard while staying upright. In a real panic, your best bet is to brake forcefully, stay vertical, and aim for a safer spot. Even if you can't avoid a collision, you'll have a chance to steer towards something softer than a guardrail. So next time someone says, "just lay it down," remember that's not a safety strategy. It's outdated, and it can cost you dearly. Myth 19: letting your bike idle for 10 minutes is good. Plenty of riders will tell you to idle your engine for 10 minutes before heading out, especially in cold weather. The idea is that oil needs lots of time to fully coat the engine. It sounds caring, but in reality, it's inefficient and even harmful. Modern engines run rich while idling, burning excess fuel without creating enough heat to operate properly. Meanwhile, condensation can build up, leading to moisture mixing with oil and forming sludge. Bearings and cylinder walls can suffer, and carbon deposits build up faster, especially in carbureted bikes. Fuel-injected bikes today are designed to warm up quickly once under load. Typically, 30 seconds of idle is plenty. Then ride gently until fully warmed up. Long idling just wastes fuel and shortens engine life. Myth 18: loud exhaust pipes make you safer. "Loud pipes save lives" is a phrase shouted in bike culture for decades. The claim? If drivers hear you coming, they'll avoid hitting you. Sounds reasonable, but it doesn't work that way. Exhaust sound mainly travels behind you, not ahead. The thunderous roar might alert the driver you've already passed, not the one about to merge into your lane. Even fancy exhaust designs can't focus sound forward effectively enough to make a real difference. Besides, most drivers have sealed cabins, music blasting, phones in hand. They're oblivious to external noise. Depending on sound to protect you is like yelling in a hurricane and expecting the wind to stop. Real safety comes from visibility, positioning, and paying attention, not being the loudest thing on the road. Myth 17: bigger engine means higher top speed. See a massive 1800cc cruiser rumbling by. Easy to assume it's faster than everything else, but bigger displacement doesn't automatically mean greater top speed. Engine size can boost torque and power, but top speed is a blend of factors: power to weight ratio, aerodynamics, gearing, and tuning. A nimble 600cc sport bike often outperforms the giant cruiser simply because it weighs less and cuts through air better. The cruiser's heavy frame and wind-resistant design slow it down no matter how big the engine. So don't fall for bigger is faster. It's about how efficiently the bike uses its power. Myth 16: premium gas always improves performance. Many riders see the premium label at the pump and believe they're giving their bike extra power, or cleaner burning fuel. But octane rating isn't about more power. It measures resistance to knocking. Higher octane is needed only for engines specifically designed for it. If your bike doesn't call for premium, you won't get better performance. In fact, it can even reduce efficiency slightly as it burns slower than the engine expects. It's like buying expensive running shoes for a slow walk. Unless the bike demands it, you're just wasting money. Myth 15. It's fine to skip gear on short rides. It's just a quick trip, right? A hoodie, sneakers, maybe your helmet, and off you go. Lots of riders think it's harmless to skip proper gear if they're only going a short distance. But crashes don't care about how far you're riding. In fact, most motorcycle accidents happen close to home, at low speeds, and on roads you think you know well. That thin sweatshirt won't protect you if you hit the pavement. Your mindset also changes on short trips. You drop your guard because you think it's no big deal. That illusion shatters instantly if you need to react fast. Whether you're cruising the freeway or just rolling through a parking lot, you need your gear. Bottom line, dress for the slide, not the ride. Every single time. Myth 14. Chain lube lasts forever. Your chain is more than just a moving part. It transfers your engine's power to the wheel. But plenty of riders treat chain lubrication like an annual event. Spray it once and forget it. That laziness is a slow killer. Without regular maintenance, dirt, water, and road grime strip away the thin film of lube. Then it's metal grinding on metal. It might start with a squeak or an occasional jerk, but it soon leads to stretched links, uneven wear, or even catastrophic failure at speed. You wouldn't run your engine with no oil. Don't do it to your chain. Keeping it clean and well lubed is essential to safety and performance. Myth 13. Engine braking damages your bike. A lot of riders avoid engine braking, thinking that downshifting to slow down harms the engine. Instead, they rely only on the brakes. But engine braking isn't harsh or damaging. It's smart riding. When you release the throttle, the engine's vacuum creates a natural slowing effect. Downshifting matches engine speed to wheel speed, giving you smooth, controlled deceleration. Professional racers rely on this technique to maintain stability into corners and to reduce brake wear. Using engine braking means less heat, less brake fade, and longer-lasting pads. It won't hurt your bike. In fact, it helps you stay in control and saves your brakes for when you really need them. Myth 12. You should plant both feet at every stop. It might seem safest to put both feet down when you stop, keeping the bike balanced and steady. New riders especially do this at every light, but putting both feet down is actually less effective. Your bike's own geometry, plus a light touch on the rear brake, keeps it stable at a standstill. Dropping both feet can make you less prepared to respond if a car bumps you or wind shifts your balance. Using one foot on the peg trains your clutch and brake control. It improves your readiness and smoothness when pulling away from a stop. 2 feet down feels secure, but 1 foot up is the habit that builds real riding skill. Myth 11. Shifting to neutral at lights saves fuel. Someone probably told you that popping into neutral at red lights saves gas. But on modern motorcycles, it makes no real difference. Whether you're in first gear with the clutch pulled in or sitting in neutral, your engine idles the same way. The ECU delivers a tiny, consistent amount of fuel just to keep it running. The small drag from the clutch or gears amounts to almost nothing in fuel usage, literally fractions of a milliliter per minute. Over a year, you wouldn't notice a difference at the pump. Shifting to neutral isn't harmful, but don't expect it to save you money. Focus instead on smooth throttle use and proper maintenance for real fuel savings. Myth 10. You should always use front and rear brakes equally. It sounds sensible. Apply both brakes evenly for smooth, balanced stops. But motorcycle physics doesn't care about even. When you brake, weight shifts forward hard. That makes your front tire do the majority of the work, often 70 to 90% of total stopping power. Your front brake digs in, grips, and slows you quickly. If you lean too heavily on the rear, you risk longer stopping distances or even locking it up. If the rear tire skids and then suddenly regains grip, you could high side and crash painfully. Skilled riders know you shouldn't treat both brakes the same. The front deserves confident, firm pressure. The rear brake is there to help stabilize the bike, not share equal stopping duty. Learn to feel the balance. It'll make you safer and faster. Myth 9. Break in new tires by riding aggressively. You just put on brand new tires and someone says, lean hard and break them in quickly. That's terrible advice. Fresh tires have a slippery mold release coating from manufacturing. This slick layer offers poor grip until it wears off naturally. Going hard in the first miles can mean losing traction and sliding out. A crash waiting to happen. The safe way to break in tires is to ride carefully for the first 50 to 100 miles. Use gentle lean angles, smooth throttle, and easy braking. This allows the compound to heat cycle properly and develop its intended grip. Respect new tires early on, and they'll pay you back with safe, reliable performance. Myth 8. You must change oil every 3,000 miles. You've heard it forever. Change your oil every 3,000 miles or else. But that rule comes from an era of dirtier fuel and less advanced oils. Today's synthetic oils are engineered to last much longer. Modern engines run cleaner and more efficiently. Many bikes can go 5,000 to 8,000 miles easily between oil changes. But there's a catch. It depends on how you ride. Short trips, stop-and-go traffic, or hard-track days wear oil out faster. Long highway runs at steady speeds keep it in better shape. If you want to be sure, get your oil analyzed. Labs can test for metal particles, oxidation, and contamination. That way, you can customize your oil change interval to your riding style, instead of blindly following an old rule of thumb. Myth 7. Black helmets overheat more than white ones. Black helmets must turn into ovens in the sun, right? White is way cooler? Actually, not by much. What really heats up the inside of your helmet is the sun pouring through the visor and vents, not the shell color itself. Modern helmets use advanced materials and internal linings that manage heat well. They're designed to channel air through vents and wick sweat away from your scalp. Sure, the outer shell of a black helmet might feel warmer to the touch, but that heat rarely transfers inside to your head in any meaningful way. Fit and airflow matter far more than color. Get a helmet that fits properly, adjust the vents, and keep the liner clean. That will keep you cooler than simply choosing a white paint job. Myth 6. Riding without gloves on hot days is fine. It's a scorcher outside. Gloves feel bulky, sweaty, and restrictive, so you think, I'll skip them for better feel and airflow. Bad idea. Even a minor spill at 15 miles per hour can shred your palms or break your fingers. Gloves aren't just about comfort, they're armor. They're your skin's last line of defense against the road. A small drop can mean bloody knuckles, road rash, or worse. Lose your grip in a slide, and you're falling even harder because you can't react properly. Modern summer gloves are designed for hot weather. They breathe, flex, and flow air while still protecting you. A good pair gives you control and comfort without sacrificing safety, no matter how high the temperature climbs. Myth 5, you only need one tire pressure setting. Set it and forget it. Sounds easy, but it doesn't work for tire pressure. Many riders think there's just one correct PSI you use all the time, no matter what. But tire pressure needs to adapt to your riding. Adding a passenger, luggage, or top case. You'll need a couple extra PSI in the rear to handle the extra load and keep handling balanced. Hitting twisty mountain roads, slightly lowering pressure can increase grip and feedback. Long highway rides, firmer pressure helps reduce heat buildup, minimize flex, and maintain stability. Even weather matters. Cold mornings can drop your pressure by a few PSI. Carry a small gauge and pump. Checking and adjusting frequently ensures even tire wear, better grip, and safer handling in all conditions. Myth 4. You'll always feel mechanical problems before they get serious. Some riders think they'll notice when something's wrong. A vibration, a noise, a wobble. But modern mechanical issues often develop silently. Chains can slowly stretch over hundreds of miles without obvious signs, until they suddenly start skipping teeth or locking up. Brake pads don't loudly announce they're worn to the metal until it's too late and they're grinding into the rotor. Wheel bearings can fail with no noise at all, then seize in a turn. Counting on feel alone is risky. The better approach is a quick pre-ride check. Spin the wheels, feel for play, inspect your chain slack, check pad thickness, and tap your spokes if you have them. It's boring but effective, because mechanical surprises on the road are never the good kind. Myth 3, expensive motorcycles are always more reliable. People see a pricey bike in the showroom and assume high cost equals high reliability. But price isn't a guarantee. Some mid-priced bikes are designed for easy maintenance, long oil change intervals, rare valve checks, and durable components. Meanwhile, that $25,000 exotic sport bike might need constant attention, with valve checks every few thousand miles and $20 a quart oil. Lightweight racing parts that save ounces can cost a fortune to replace if they crack. Reliability is about engineering, maintenance schedules, and parts availability, not price tags. Before buying, check the service intervals. Talk to other owners and see how easy it is to get parts and service. The real cost of a motorcycle isn't just the sticker price, it's what you pay to keep it on the road. Myth 2, you must replace all brake components at once. Full brake job sounds thorough. New pads, new rotors, fresh fluid, all at the same time. But it's not always necessary. Brake pads wear faster, that's normal. Rotors, on the other hand, can last tens of thousands of miles if they're not cracked or worn below spec. When you replace pads, inspect the rotors carefully. If they're smooth and within spec, keep them. Change fluid on schedule, typically every 1 to 2 years. But don't waste money replacing it every time you swap pads. This isn't cutting corners. It's smart maintenance. Clean the caliper slides, check everything carefully, and only replace what's truly worn. You'll save cash while still having excellent stopping power. Myth 1, You need fresh rain tires for every wet ride. Forecast says rain. Time to mount full rain tires? Not so fast. Race-style rain tires are great for consistently wet tracks, with soft compounds and deep channels to clear water. But on normal roads, they wear out quickly, overheat on dry pavement, and lose those deep grooves fast if conditions aren't fully wet. Modern all-weather tires are impressively capable. Touring and sport touring options use advanced compounds and tread patterns that handle both wet and dry conditions well. What really matters? Check your tread depth. Make sure the sipes, those small cuts that channel water, are still deep and effective. Ride smooth, brake gradually, and lean carefully in the wet. Unless you're riding in heavy rain, constantly or on track, quality all-weather tires and good technique are all you really need.